side focused on tonight's game and being able to execute a game plan. Okay, fine. And maybe they got a stroke of luck with the sending off. They did still score 2 goals from open play. Of course, Lacazette missing that penalty. It could have been 3-0. But it's a solid, professional and efficient performance from Arsenal. And the good news is that you've got players like Martinelli, like Smith Rowe, like Xhaka, who are continuing their good form. And as that momentum continues to build going into this Christmas period, it means the sky's the limit for this young side.
Many thanks to Max. Enjoyed your company, Max. We'll let you get off. We're going to hand you back to Jeremy and Nick. Martinelli and Smith Rowe on the score sheet for the Gunners, who get the better of West Ham by 2-0. Much to discuss. We'll get some social media reaction and some stats analysis as well from the boys as we hand you back to Jeremy and Nick.
Yeah, thank you very much, fellas. So there we have it then. 2-0 to the Arsenal. In the end, I think a deserved victory. Could have been more if Lacazette tucked away that penalty, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. Jeremy Ali Adier, enjoy that second half, did you, mate?
Yeah, really did, mate. Well deserved. We didn't give anything away in the second half. I think it should have been more. Played really well. Well organised, concentrate at the back. Didn't give anything to Antonio and the rest there. So really good. Champions League, here we come.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get carried away because, that's we all do as football fans. But we're up into 4th position. And I know teams have got games in hand and all of that, but you'd rather have the points on the board than the games in hand, that's for sure. And look, if we're being realistic, that 4th position, it is up for grabs, I think.
100%. I think every team that are fighting for that 4th spot, I think at the moment we're the one on form. We're the one that to win on the row, and then we've got Leeds coming up on Saturday, very winnable game. So I think that Christmas period when you start by winning games, then obviously you're on the run, and then at the end of it you're up there. So I think we're looking good, and as you say, better to have the point on board and be in the top 4 now than having to play games and go and win and have to get the result to catch up. So really pleased.
Yeah, as long as we, continue playing like we saw tonight, a good team performance once again. But let's sink our teeth into what we learned from this evening's performance. Then the first thing that we can take away from it is about this man. Gabby Martinelli's pace is a useful weapon for us. Lots of love for Gabby online. Of course, Tommy here saying the pace of Martinelli, and then a few emojis for you. We've got hey JJ here saying the way Martinelli turned that quarter chance into a goal with just a burst of pace, and then clap emojis. And here from Brandon, I can't be the only one that sees how Thierry Henry-esque that goal was. The burst of pace, the body shape, the finish. Martinelli is special. Well, you mentioned him, Jeremy, actually. Thierry Henry, TT, a.k.a. the King. There was a kind of air of Thierry Henry about Martinelli's finish there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was not just the finish, but the pace and the desire to make that run was something very close to what Thierry used to do. Incredible pace. I'm not sure who was the defender next to him, but he was way behind him, and then he had the calm and the coolness to just pick his spot open and put in the bottom corner. Yeah, what a talent, and really pleased to see him now starting games, playing and getting his confidence up and scoring goals with it. So all around very good for him.
Yeah, we did mention in the pre-match show that he was one of the players that kept his place because Emile Smith Rowe, of course, is back, and we'll get on to Emile Smith Rowe in a bit. But just goes to show that the belief shown in Gabby Martinelli by Mikel Arteta was rewarded tonight. Another goal for him.
Yeah, listen, when you're on form like that, and we don't see him in training, we only see the game, but I bet in training he must be on fire as well. So for Mikel Arteta, there's no doubt in his mind that this is the right moment now. He's had his his goal against Newcastle that got him back into confidence mode, and now he's on fire. Now he's untouchable, and if he carry on playing like this, and fingers crossed, don't get any injuries, then hopefully we could have Martinelli on fire for the rest of the season.
Yeah, fingers crossed we can continue seeing Gabby stick it in the back of the net. Right, let's have a look then at the second thing that we can take from tonight's performance then. And it's about this. We were once again denied from the penalty spot. Yeah, Alexandre Lacazette missing the penalty there. Didn't end up being crucial, but Noel here saying not going to criticise Lacazette for that penalty because it was a good penalty, even better save from Lucas Fabianski. Royal Priesthood here saying we can't be missing 3 successive penalties. We need to develop this area at Arsenal. And James says unlucky there from Lacazette, deserves a goal today. I mean, yeah, to be fair, it wasn't an amazing penalty, but it wasn't a terrible penalty. He did strike it with some conviction. It was just a good save. The keeper guessed the right way. He managed to get a hand on it. And Jeremy, as I'm sure as a striker, that's sometimes the way it goes.
It is the way it goes. In my mind, there's never a good or bad penalty taken. It's just, if it's in the net, it's a good one because you scored. Unfortunately, he picked his spot, and the keeper just made a good save. Fabianski picked the right side and saved it. All I can say is obviously there is part of the goal where even if the keeper picked the right side, he can't take it, which is obviously higher up. If you put it in the top corner, whatever side, the keeper will never get it. But it's obviously not easy to do. So it's always a tough one. Or you always got the middle side. When you're not sure, blast it hard in the middle, and it can, you might have more chance then. But practicing in training as well, it's great. But the pressure that you get in the game, it's never the same. So it's one of those things. Sadly, at the moment, Arsenal are not on form with that. But hopefully, might get somebody else on it next time and get a bit more luck.
It's one of those things where if say he missed the penalty and West Ham go on to snatch an equaliser, we're kind of looking at it in a very different light, aren't we? The fact that we ended up going to get another goal for Emile Smith Rowe, it kind of doesn't really matter that much. Speaking of Emile Smith Rowe, then I think we should look at the third and final thing that we can take from tonight's performance then, and it is about the young man. Emile Smith Rowe looks like he hasn't missed a step while injured, straight back into the team and getting a goal. Nick's here saying Smith Rowe has massively improved his game. What a player. And a heart emoji there. Anthony says Smith Rowe is our future. 4 heart emojis. So I can only imagine there's going to be 10. No. Oh, J Boo, you let us down. ESR, beauty. We've missed you, mate. Emile Smith Rowe comes straight back into the team. Another goal for him. Well, and the thing is, Jez, I can remember kind of earlier on this season, I can't remember how many games ago it was, but me and Clarkey were talking about the fact that Emile Smith Rowe, the thing that he needs to add to his game is a few goals. And it's almost like he watches the breakdown live because he's doing it now.
Yeah, he might be watching you guys and heard about it.
Well, a few people are, so I hear, but
Yeah, no, listen, he's having the season of his life, and I think actually by missing a couple of games might have done him good, because before that he was starting every game, playing a lot of football, got into the England squad. It's a lot of mental pressure. So maybe having a couple of weeks off and recovering through injury might have done him good for a very busy Christmas period. So, but we can see the talent, and as soon as he come on the pitch, something's going to happen. Even if he doesn't score, every time he gets the ball, he travels with it, makes right decision, good passes. The run he made there, Saka picked him. It was a hell-aim goal. Academy Arsenal.
Well, the most important thing about the goal, Jeremy, that nobody's spoken about is the fact that Emile Smith Rowe is in my FPL, as is Aaron Ramsdale. So I get a clean sheet and points for Emile Smith Rowe, and they're much needed because I kind of keep forgetting to update my team, because during this Christmas period, there's a game every 3 days and I keep getting lost. So yeah, more points.
Don't use an excuse, Nick. No excuse, mate.
More points for me. Right, Jez, thank you very much as always, mate. Back with me on Saturday for our trip to Ellen Road, actually. So we'll see you then, mate.
See you, mate. Looking forward to it.
Jeremy Aliadier there, of course. And as I say, our next game is a trip to Elland Road on Saturday. Leeds on the back of a really big walloping, I think it's fair to say, by Manchester City. I mean, quite a lot of teams have faced those over the years, though, us not exempt from that. But theirs was bigger, so hopefully that will bode well for us. We can continue this momentum and keep hold of our position in the top four. That game against Leeds is a 5:30 kickoff on Saturday, so make sure you log on to arsenal.com and the app for pre-match coverage from around 5 o'clock, and we'll see you then. Up the Arsenal!
Get closer to the club you love with My Arsenal Rewards. My Arsenal Rewards is our new program for Arsenal members.